Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentleman, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentleman on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation all month long for the month of July. And the WWF tonight, everybody, is running Houston Wrestling. A lot of you are new to the channel. It's been quite a few months since we have had Houston Wrestling due to the fact that the pace of the WWF is very slow combined with all of our other shows that we were doing in the past. So here we are back again, Houston Wrestling. For those of you that don't know, Paul Bosch promoted Houston for decades, several decades. And he had a one-town territory, very successful business. Paul Bosch sold to Vince McMahon in 1987. Vince McMahon began promote 1986. Vince McMahon, no, it was 1987, yeah. And Vince McMahon took over the territory. For the show, Houston Wrestling, he had Bruce Pritchard, Mike McGurk, and Pete Doherty as the commentary team. They were awful. So we have run a couple of these Houston Wrestling shows with Bruce Pritchard and Craig DeGeorge, and we're not doing it anymore. We are going to have the commentary team from here on out of Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. So Houston Coliseum obviously is the choice. We are running this on KHTV channel 39. This one saved in real life. The WWF would stop running the Houston Wrestling television show in October. Our television contract reflects that. I haven't decided yet if we're going to keep it going or not, but that's the big change, that we're going to go with quality commentators here, and we are going to drop the DeGeorge and Pritchard combo. So we have nothing but our usuals that are out, no backstage incidents, so that's good. Let's take a look here, everybody, at our card for this evening. The former Wild Alaskans, Renslow and Wagner, will face Allen and Spivey in the first dark match. In our second dark match, we're going to see Tony Garea and Rick Rude. We have the women's world title on the line as Sherri Martel battles champion, the fabulous Moolah. We're going to see the young Stallions against the Islanders. Hillbilly Jim will face Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Bob Orton is going to be in singles action against Jake the Snake Roberts. The British Bulldogs will face Demolition in a tag team bout in our main event, everybody. Randy Macho Man Savage will face the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. So with that said, everybody, with all of that said, let's get to booking. And here we go, into the booking. So we have a 5-minute dark match here, and we're going to have Renslow. What am I doing? Clicking the wrong stuff. Renslow and Wagner versus Allen and Spivey. You know what? Nah, we'll keep it Allen and Spivey. So here is Renslow and Wagner. Here is Jerry Allen and Danny Spivey. This one is booked. We're going to have Danny Spivey get the win. And in real life, I think Spivey was out with a serious knee injury at this point. He spent a lot of time injured while he was with the WWF. All right, we have our next dark match here. And that one is going to be it's Tony Garea and Rick Rude. So Garea versus Rude. For those of you that don't know, Tony Garea is a several-time WWF World Tag Team Champion. Very good wrestler. Very, very good in the ring. In fact, he was a tag team champion with Rick Martel. And he's at the end of his career here. So he's mostly a road agent at this time, but he still pulls the occasional match, much like Pat Patterson. I think Tony Garea retired for good in about 88. Pat Patterson retired for good in 87. So we have Tony Garea against the young, ravishing Rick Rude here. And Rick Rude's going to get the W here. Rick Rude, of course, spent quite a bit of time in World Class, so I'm sure fans in Houston were familiar with him because I believe World Class Television stretched into Houston. All right, Sherri Martel against the fabulous Moolah here for the World Women's title. Sherri Martel is new to the promotion. She is doing a babyface gimmick, but it wouldn't last long. And for those of you that don't know, Sherri Martel wins the World Women's title here. It's exciting stuff. And this really happened. She really did win it in Houston. So Sherri Martel wins the title here, everybody. This one is booked. All right, up next, we have a Hulk Hogan promo. Now, I will use Bruce Pritchard to do the interviews. Hulk Hogan cuts a promo. So here we go. Here is Hulk Hogan. And here is Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard was not good at all as a play-by-play guy, in my opinion, of course. All right, so that one's booked. That'll give a nice boost to ratings. The Young Stallions are going to face the Islanders. They're going to go 10 minutes. And the Young Stallions have been putting in a lot of work lately. Here are the Islanders. And we will have the Islanders get the win. And it's going to come due to their manager. So this one is set. Up next here, we have Hillbilly Jim and Paul Orndorff. And I don't want to get in trouble here with having too many heel wins. I will be okay. Ooh, clicked on the wrong thing there again. So here is Hillbilly Jim. Here is Orndorff. We got to get that screen right. There we go. So here is Hillbilly Jim. Here is Paul Orndorff. And we are going to have Paul Orndorff get the victory here, everybody. Orndorff on the comeback trail after being out for some time with that injury. Unfortunately, in this version of the mod, he's just not very good. All right, Jake the Snake Roberts will cut a promo here. And he's going to cut his promo on his opponent, Bob Orton. Of course, that is Bob Orton Jr. And we actually have Bob Orton Sr. in the game here. I put him in a couple of versions ago. Here is Jake Roberts. And here is Bruce Pritchard. And they're talking about that Bob Orton Jr. Bob Orton, of course, is off screen. And this one is in the books. So up next, we have Orton and Roberts. They're going to go 12. And here is Bob Orton, arguably one of the best in-ring wrestlers of all time. And I think anybody would have a hard time disputing that. And Jake Roberts with the W here, everybody. That one's in the books. Up next here, we have the British Bulldogs versus Demolition. They're going to go 14. This would be an outstanding tag team match. And I'll tell you what, we're going to leave this one open-ended because that's a tough one to decide who's going to win. All right, Randy Savage here. This is important. This is important right here. So, Macho Man, Randy Savage cuts a promo. And Randy Savage is going to turn babyface here, everybody. Here's Bruce Pritchard. He's talking about the Honky Tonk Man. And we're going to take it one step further here. Steamboat and Honky Tonk Man feud is going to be over. Macho Man in a feud. He is. The Savage and Roberts feud is going to be over. And here we are. We're going to start the Savage versus Honky Tonk Man feud. And it's going to say Macho Man Randy Savage and the Honky Tonk Man are embroiled in a heated feud over the Intercontinental Heavyweight title. And these two did have a feud around the circuit. I did some research on this a few years ago, the Honky Tonk Man, in the summer of '87, and he lost like 33 out of 40 matches to Randy Savage, Bruno Sammartino, and Jake Roberts. So he was the champion, but he kept losing every night by count out and stuff like that. So there we go. All right, so this feud is officially started. Honky's off screen. Macho is rated on entertainment. And road agent notes turn. Randy Savage is going to turn babyface here. So there we go. That one's set. And here comes our main event, everybody. Savage versus Honky Tonk Man in our main event. How much time do they have? They get 16, so that's good. So we have Savage versus Honky Tonk Man. The Intercontinental Heavyweight crown is on the line here. Here is the Macho Man doing his thing. Here is Honky Tonk Man doing his thing. And Macho Man with the win here, everybody. It can be an epic. And this one is going to come via countout. So the crowd will be happy, but the title will not change hands. That's when Macho Man will go around looking all confused, like, I should have won the title. Why did I win the title? And then really it's a countout. So there is no title that changes. And that's part of Honky Tonk Man losing all those matches that summer. This is part of it. All right, so this one is booked. All right, so we're ready to rock here, everybody. We have 100 minutes, a little bit over the hour and a half time, but that's cool. It's no problem. All right, let's go ahead and run this one and see how we do. All right, Alan and Spivey get the win over the Wild Alaskans here, 42 overall. Danny Spivey looks good there, 69 overall. Up next, we have Tony Garea taking the fall to Rick Rude with that Rude Awakening, 70 overall. Good score. Up next here, Sherri Martel wins the World Women's title, 67 for this match. That's a great score for a women's match, and a very good score for Sherri Martel. So good stuff here. And you can see we're getting a boost here from Monsoon and Ventura, and not the garbage we've been getting with Pritchard and George. All right, Hulk Hogan here with an outstanding 100 promo. Great stuff. Up next are the Young Stallions and the Islanders get the win after Bobby Heenan interferes. Nice 76 score for these teams. Haku, of course, is the shining light in this one. Up next here, we have Hillbilly Jim and Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff wins with that pile driver over Hillbilly Jim. Only a 69. Again, Paul Orndorff scores very low. 67, 73, 69 overall. Jake the Snake Roberts gets an outstanding 100 promo here on Bob Orton. I'll take it. And we're getting 87 for this match here between the red hot Jake the Snake Roberts and the uber talented Bob Orton. 87 overall. Get some green there. Green equals money. All right, the British Bulldogs and Dynamite Kid I'm sorry, the British Bulldogs and Demolition. And the Bulldogs get the win here, everybody, over Demolition with that great finisher that they had. And 90 overall. For those of you that don't remember, Davey Boy Smith would put the wrestler on his shoulder for the power slam. He would tag the Dynamite Kid, who would then perch up on the top rope, and Davey would plant the opponent, roll out of the ring. Dynamite Kid would stick him with that headbutt, and they would get the clean 1-2-3 finish. It was an exciting finisher. I loved watching it as a kid. And there we go, 90 overall, outstanding match here. Two very, very talented teams. And no, we don't want to continue. We're turning Macho Man babyface. Complete success, yeah. And a 92 promo. Good stuff. Let's see how this main event does here, everybody. 99 for that main event. Outstanding score. Lots of green. Green equals money. And the feud between these two starts. Let's go ahead and finish this one up. We get a great 97 overall. We're going to make that speech. We are going to point out Randy Savage did a great job. We're going to point out Jake the Snake Roberts, who did a great job. We're going to point out the Honky Tonk Man, who did a great job. Great performance, great performance, great performance. We're going to make that speech. Savage is pleased. Roberts is pleased. Honky is pleased. Brad Drake is also pleased. Excellent score here, everybody. I could not be happier. We, of course, are going to move on to Maple Leaf Wrestling next. So we're heading out of Houston and going all the way up to Toronto, Ontario. And we got a great card for this one, too. Once again, we're going to see Savage versus Honky Tonk Man, the big tag team main event of Bundy and Orndorff against Hogan and Steamboat. So let's go ahead and take a look at our incoming here. And see, it was, 3 months. So August, September, October. Yes, October is when it ended. Haven't decided yet if we are going to plus that one up and keep it going. 426,000 viewers. Good stuff. I'll take it. Windy City Pro Wrestling. Despina Montagas has won the women's title. Okay. Chick Cullen has won the European Light Heavyweight title. World Class ran last night. Kevin Von Erich over Jason Sterling in the main event. Jason Sterling, of course, was the son of the missing link. Dewey Robertson. Jason Robertson was his real name. There's his picture. All right. Who is Mercury Rise? I don't even want to know. That is just awful. All right. What else do we got here? Anything decent? Windy City did their thing and did a lot of it. I don't see any NWA running, so that's cool with me. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this one. For those of you new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Drop us a message below. Let us know you found the channel and what you think of us so far. For those of you looking for us on social media, you can find us on Facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod. If you want more, you can get more for just $5, everybody. You can get access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free. You can get access to version 10.1 of the Supermod, and you get access to all of our spreadsheets. Boy, I am tongue-tied, everybody. I apologize. You can go to patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. Check it out today, everybody, for just $5. Don't forget, you should also join us on Wrestling Fans International Association, the WFIA.org. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.